Hey, Dad.
Yeah, Kat.
I was just going to ask you for our Remember One this week about your most memorable piano deliveries because you've been doing a lot of piano deliveries in the last couple of weeks, it seems. And I know that there's quite a few interesting stories about piano deliveries. So why don't you tell me some of the more
Well,
interesting ones?
of course, at one time we used to bring pianos in by the truckload, so there was 56 on the back of the truckload. So that was always an exciting piano delivery. You had to find room for 56 pianos all at one time in the store, right? And we had a movable wall, right, so that the shop area would become less, right, when we had a big shipment of pianos come in and become more, right? So
That's clever.
that's
Which store had a movable wall?
that was Langley on the Fraser Highway. It was actually, if you go back in the analogs of Langley, there used to be a hotel called the Texas Hotel. It had been there for many, many years, and it had a fire and burned to the ground. And then they built this little complex that had frontage on 56 as well as on Fraser Highway.
Okay.
And so it had an insurance in the back, and then it had 2 units at the front, right? And we rented one of the units there. So it was on the site for the old Texas Hotel. So if you want to look that up in your archives, right, you'll be able to figure it out. Basically about across the street from Duckworth or whatever Odd Phillips would be today, right? Just up the street from that, across the street.
Okay.
Yeah, and then piano deliveries, moving pianos, right? So that was always a big day. Actually, we used to even get the newspaper out taking pictures of that one, right? So kind of fun. And then we ran our own crew, right, because we were running to all the malls. We had all the pianos being delivered. I think we took a big Branson Premier organ out here in the flats, and it wouldn't fit through the door because the house was actually a converted chicken barn, right? And the chicken barn doors were narrower, right? So we actually popped a window out and put the organ in backwards on its back, slid it through, and dropped it down
Is
into
that the delivery to the veterinarian?
No, that was a delivery off many years ago, right, with the Branson Premier, so I'm probably back or early 1970s, late 1960s.
Because the veterinarian delivery had a story like that too.
Yeah,
We had
yeah,
to
yeah. There's been more than once that we've had to
winch it.
take a window out or right, take and move it around. Of course, people would always say, well, no, you can't get the instrument in. But what they didn't understand is we could actually take the instruments and we put them up on end. And then we could even, with some of the pianos, pop the legs off if we had to. And then we created an L so we could tuck it in and then wheel it through, right? So
Physics.
yeah, exactly. It's just the whole idea of geometry and how to make things work.
Good.
Of course, there was a couple of times I remember I was very young, probably too young to be doing the job, right? We were taking an organ up the back stairs of what we call West Coast home here, right? So it's just a split level home. But the back always had the straight up staircase. And usually they're wooden, like Aunt Betty's is down in.
Like my house?
Yeah, like your house, exactly, same kind of.
BC box.
BC box, yeah. So anyway, I got up to the top stair, right, and I lost my grip, right, and I was on the top, and I sat down, and so I had the organ in my lap.
Oh.
Right, and I didn't have the strength, physical strength, to be able to stand up with the organ still
I bet
there.
that left some nice bruising.
I don't even remember any of that. But yeah, there's always interesting deliveries, right? It's you go up to somebody's house and everybody's used to their own stairs, and sometimes the stairs are steeper than what they should be, and there's lots of different construction. The construction that they had in the past history compared to what they do today was quite different. So there was no consistency, right, to the steps or the grades or anything like that they have in building today. So.
And that's why it's important if you're buying a piano and wanting a delivery to give as much information as possible to the people who will be delivering it.
Yeah, that helps them quite a bit. They know if they need to bring out an extra person or not, right? So,
Yeah.
anyhow, yeah, we've been delivering lots of pianos lately, so come on down and we'll put one up into your staircase too, right? Talk to you again.
See ya.
See ya.